National movement in India, partition and independence 1939 to 1947. In the previous sessions, we have discussed some part of the lesson. So in today's topic, in today's video, we are going to discuss about Muslim League and Congress negotiation for the transfer of power. So what happened with the Muslim League party and what they negotiated with the Congress party as well as the British people. So finally what happened, we are going to discuss in this video. When political negotiations between top leaders began in 1945, the British agreed to create an entirely Indian Central Executive Council, except for the Viceroy and Commander-in-Chief. So here, what you have to understand here means that the top leaders started negotiating, they started discussing each other. So since when? From the 1945 they started negotiating, discussing. So then British finally they came up with the conclusion that British Indian people can rule, where in a central level they can have there is an Indian Central Executive Council, means Indian people can rule but except in two positions. Two position is what? The first position is Viceroy. The head of the country will be the Britisher, and the second one is the head of the army will be the Britisher. These two posts belongs to the British people, the remaining all areas can be occupied by the Indians. The Britishers have given this solution. But anyhow, this idea was not implemented. It was failed. So means the Britisher wanted to give it as the first step towards the full independence. But discussions about the transfer of power failed due to the Jinnah's demand. So Jinnah, who is Jinnah here? The Jinnah belongs to the Muslim League party leader. So he was a leader of Muslim League party. So he brought one demand. Because of that demand, these discussions were failed. So what was his demand? So his demand was the Muslim League should have an absolute right to choose all the Muslim members of the Executive Council. So the Jinnah brought one demand that. What was the demand? The only Muslim members can be selected by the Muslim League party. That was the demand he made. But this demand was not accepted by any party. Means the major party was the Congress. The Congress party was opposed. Even the Muslim people, one of the major Muslim party was at the time Unionist Party of Punjab. This party also opposed the demand of the Jinnah. And the Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, he was the leader of Congress party. Even he himself also opposed this demand. So in 1946 elections, Muslim League has won 30 reserved constituencies. And in the center, out of 509 seats, the 442 seats were won by the Muslim League party. So means that the league was able to establish itself as a dominant party among the Muslim voters only around 1946. Means the Muslim League party started getting the popularity among the Muslims. So nearly 86% of the Muslim voters voted to the Muslim League party. 86% of the Muslim voters voted to the Muslim League party. So then the Muslim League party has represented itself as a sole spokesperson. So the Muslim League party represented itself as a sole spokesperson. When coming to the Congress party has won 91% of the non-Muslim votes. So the Congress party has won here 91% of the non-Muslim votes. So once again we shall revise here. The Muslim in 1945 the top leaders started negotiating each other, means they started discussing each other. The British as a first step towards the independence, to the full independence of the India. So they have given one solution that to have an Indian Central Executive Council, means Indian people can rule themselves except in two places. One is the head of the country will be the Britisher. The second one is head of the army, Commander-in-Chief also will be the Britisher. These two posts will be belongs to British people. The remaining all Indians can rule. But anyhow, because of the Jinnah belongs to the Muslim League party, and he brought one demand. Because of that demand, so this solution which they came up with the conclusion, it was failed. So what was the Jinnah's demand? The Jinnah demanded that the Muslim League party should have the absolute right to choose all the Muslim members of the executive council. Means whoever is going to represent that all the Muslim members should be selected by the Muslim League party. But anyhow, this demand was not acceptable, and it was not accepted by all the parties. Even Muslims also not supported. Muslims supported the Congress party, and one more major party, Muslims party, was the Unionist Party of Punjab. This party also opposed this demand. And Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, he was the leader of Congress. He also was opposed. So anyhow, in 1946, elections were held in a provincial assemblies. The Muslim League has won 30 reserved constituencies. And coming to in the central level, out of 509 seats, the 442 seats were won by Muslim League. So 86% of the Muslim votes has gone to the Muslim League party. So then they represented itself as a sole spokesperson. The Muslim League has represented itself as a sole spokesperson because of 86% of the Muslim votes. But coming to the Congress has got 91% of the non-Muslim votes. A possible alternative to partition. In March 1946, the British cabinet has sent a 3-member mission. The 3 members mission team to Delhi. So the British people in the month of March in 1946, they sent a 3 members team to the capital city of India. So that was Delhi. So what was their main work? To examine the demand which was made by the Muslim League party. So this British cabinet came to India, the 3 members came to India, so especially to Delhi, so to examine the demand which was made by the Muslim League party. So and what is their work here? To suggest a suitable political framework for Indian freedom. So these 3 members has to suggest a suitable political framework for Indian freedom. So this cabinet mission, if you observe here, this cabinet mission came to India and they toured for 3 months in India. They travelled throughout the India, and they came up with one solution. Means that they have recommended a 3-tier confederation. So they have recommended 3-tier confederation. It means the Indian country will be divided into 3 parts. Means it will be not divided into 3 parts. So it will be made into 3 parts. But it will be remained as a united. So it will be made into 3 parts, but it will be remained as a united India. But the agreement was short-lived. Means it was not accepted. Because the different parties had a different plans. So due to that, the people were not supported. Even if you observe, neither the Congress nor the League agreed that decision, means this demand. The no party was agreed this proposal. So finally, the Muslim League decided that the Muslim League demands cannot met through discussions, and they must ask the people to come out on the streets. So when the British came up with this solution, 3-tier confederation, so the Congress party, even the Muslim League party did not accept. Then Muslim League party decided their demands cannot be met through the discussions. Means it cannot be solved through the negotiations. So then what they have to do? They must ask the people to come out on the streets. They wanted to ask the people, they wanted to demand the people to come out on the streets, especially to the Muslim people. So it decided on Direct Action Day. So the day was decided on 16th August 1946. The 16th August 1946, this day was decided as a Direct Action Day. On this day, the riots started in Calcutta. Means the conflicts were started. They started fighting each other. That means the dharnas, rasta rokos, rallies. So these kinds of things were started. So it was led to the riots. These riots lasted for several days, and several thousands of people were died here. So because of these riots, thousands of people were died. And by March 1946, in the month of March, so the violence spread to many parts of northern India. So this violence was spread to many parts of northern India. Because of this, the mass violence. So due to this, the many thousands of people were dying. Due to this reason, the Congress agreed for dividing the Punjab into two parts or two halves. In which month? In the month of March. That was the year 1947. And one half was to be with the Muslim majority and the other with the Hindu Sikh majority. The Punjab will be divided into two parts. Even Congress also agreed for similar division in Bengal. Even the partition was made in where? In the Punjab as well as in a Bengal. In a February 1947, then what happened? The Mountbatten replaced Wavell. So at the time the Wavell was the viceroy. And the Wavell, when he was unable to control this mass violence, he was replaced by the Mountbatten. So the Mountbatten became as a viceroy of India. And this Mountbatten started one last round of talks to find a solution. He wanted to speak with the Muslim League party as well as the Congress party, he felt as a last talk of round. So he may get the solution. When these talks also failed, he announced that the British India would become freed but also would be divided. So when these final talks also were failed, the British India, which was ruled by the British people, will be freed, means will be given independence. But what happens here? It will be divided and it will be partitioned into two parts. So one goes to the Pakistan and one comes to the India. It means the Pakistan is nothing but Muslim majority areas. So Muslim majority areas what? In the Muslim majority areas of Punjab and the northwest frontier of province, Sindh, Baluchistan and East Bengal. So it would be made a part of a new state of Pakistan. So finally, the formal transfer of power from British government to Pakistan would be done on 14th August 1947. So the Pakistan was announced on 14th August 1947 and India was announced, India was gave freedom on 15th August 1947. So once again we shall revise here. In the month of March in 1946, the British people sent one cabinet mission. That cabinet mission, it was including with the 3 members. That people came to India, to the Delhi, the capital city of India. And so what was their work? Their work was to examine the demands of the Muslim League party, which was made by the Muslim League, and they wanted to suggest a suitable political framework for Indian freedom. But the cabinet mission toured for 3 months in India, and they came up with the 3-tier confederation. So India will be divided into 3 parts, but it will be remained as a united India. This demand was not accepted by any party, and this agreement was short-lived. Neither the Congress nor the League was agreed this proposal. So when the Muslim League decided that their demands cannot be met through the discussions or negotiation, they must ask the people to come out to the streets. So they decided as a one day. So that day was called as a direct action day. So that day was 16th August 1946. On that day, all the Muslims, all the people came onto the streets and came onto the roads, and they started riots, especially in Calcutta, and thousands of people were died. And these riots lasted for several days and several thousands of people were died. And because of this mass violence, the Congress agreed to divide into 2 parts. And Punjab also divided into 2 halves. Even Bengal also divided into 2 parts. In February 1947, when the Wavell was unable to control this situation, when he was unable to control this mass violence, he was replaced by the Mountbatten. Then Mountbatten became as a viceroy of India, and he decided to talk once with all the parties. But that last round of talks also were failed. When it was failed, finally he came with one conclusion that India will be given freedom, but it will be divided into 2 parts. It will be partitioned. So one part which is the Punjab and northwest frontier province, Sindh, Baluchistan, East Bengal. So these parts called as a Pakistan. It will be divided as a Pakistan, and this Pakistan was announced on 14th August 1947 and India was given freedom on 15th August 1947.